Can't believe this shit, y'all. I don't know what the fuck happened. We gotta get everybody a little bit to get in here, but I'm gonna just start talking. I thought I had this shit a little organized. Had the link ahead of time. Yo yo. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I hope this Let me see. I hope this shit got sent out to people because. But let's see who get in here. But yeah, I thought I had this shit organized. Um, and I tried to join the live, and the shit just said going live for like 2-3 minutes. Shit is just like the little camera shit ain't even come up, so I didn't know what was wrong. Um, damn. Um, okay, we got 5 people in there. Yeah, I hope everybody come back. I realized like I posted the link on Instagram. I had told people to set the notification, so a couple people gonna lose it. I would even post it again right now, but I don't even know if it's worth it. Hopefully YouTube does their thing and sends it out to people. But yeah, I tried to join the live, the correct one, the one that I thought I had everybody tuned into. But it was a black screen. I didn't even see like the camera up. So I'm waiting. So I finally tried to refresh the page, and I think that's where I fucked up. I refreshed. It brought me back to like the little like page where I like put in all the details for the live, and there's a button that says go live that I have to click before the shit actually goes live, and the button wasn't there. So I'm refreshing. I closed the window. Like I did every little like technical difficulties procedure possible, and the button just wasn't there. I didn't have time to Google it and watch no video on how to troubleshoot it. So I actually tried to start a new live, even though I didn't want to. I figured I'd start a new live, and I could put the link to the new shit in the what's that called? In the other one, in the one that wasn't letting me go there. But then I made a whole new live. That shit wasn't letting me go to live neither. So now I'm like, I'm trying to think fast. I'm trying to figure out like why it's not letting me go live. And then what's the next thing that came to mind? Oh, I'm like, maybe it's because I have 2 lives scheduled at once. So I deleted one live. This is the dumbest shit. I deleted the wrong one. I meant to delete the second one I created, and I actually didn't. I deleted the first one. It was all a mess. So I opened a new browser because I was on Google Chrome before. Now we on Firefox, and Firefox to the rescue. So now we're here. But let's see what the chat's saying, and then we're gonna get some conversation going. Appreciate you, Cuzzo. How many we got here? We got 12. I like that. There we go. All right. But yeah, so now that we're here, I'm glad we're here. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Thank you. Appreciate you, OD. I don't even know how this should work. Fire. All right, so first thing I want to talk about, obviously, Black Cat release. I hope y'all watched my review on them. But damn, where do I start? There's so many things I want to talk about. First of all, Nike Air or Jumpman on the back tabs. What's your opinion? Is it like a shoot thing? Do you got like a general opinion? Let me know how y'all feel about the Nike Air versus the Jumpman. We get started there because that's a great topic to get some to get shit started. You with the Nike Air, okay? And if y'all got a reason why, sometimes shit just look better. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't got no reason, but if you got a reason why, let me know. Nike Air, cool, but I prefer Jumpman. That's the OG. Yeah, I feel that. Like specifically on the black cats, I like the Jumpman, but it depends on the release. There's other releases that I want the Nike Air. Like military blue fours, I want the Nike Air. You know, it's OG colorway. Nike Air only jumping on the pairs that had Jumpman. Facts. Yeah, that was the thing. Like I didn't mention this that much in my review, and like I said, I hope y'all see my review because we're talking about the black hats. I'm gonna reference that a lot. So if you didn't see it, you know, I would say check it out now. But you here, so fuck it, just stay here. Um, but the shape, what I did like the shape better on the 2025 pair. But it was just I just nothing. The Nike Air is the Nike Air, but it was just like for black cats, I wanted the Jumpman on the back. So the 2020 was kind of like a no brainer. The tongue being better on the 2025 pair kind of made me lean towards that a little bit, but I threw the 2020s on feet and I was just like, nah, these is they look the fat ass the tongue ain't look as fat on foot like I said in the review. So um I definitely rock with those. But I will say, oh, and besides that, that's another thing. The shape of the shoe, even though I prefer the shape on the new joints, like when it's on foot, that difference in shape, I feel like I'm not gonna see as much. But like in hand, like I got these shits right here, so I keep looking over there. Yeah, like this like top view. The lighting in here is terrible. Come on. Gotta get yeah. There we go. Now I got a more even tone. There we go. Um, Now the older shape is like I said, when it's on foot, it ain't a big difference. But like this little damn, I'm so used to the camera being the other way. This little raised part right here and the way it looks. Let me show you like this from this view. When you know that's the view that you're gonna see it when you wear them. When you're wearing them, that that shit fire. But it was just a couple things. It was the Jumpman, the suede back tabs, the trim. You know what I mean? But they cool. You know what I mean? Let me see. I gotta see what's up with the chat. Let me start a new topic. I feel. Let me see. New shape. Don't hurt my pinky to the word. Cause one thing about fours, I don't. I feel like this. Let me think. I feel like all fours be fucking up my pinky toe. It's the shit. It's the pinky toe. That should be killing me. It ain't that bad when you wear it for when you're wearing them for like a couple of minutes, but you wear a pair of fours all day. I thought it was. Well, I knew it wasn't just me, but yeah, the fucking pinky toe is crazy. That should be not feeling good. Oh, that's how I do that. Yeah, yeah. I'm learning how to do this shit. This my second live. Fuck. All right, we got. I don't like how I'm looking at the number of people. That shit keep changing. Ain't no way. Whatever. I ain't even gonna worry about it. We gonna keep talking. I gotta find a way to get the chat lit. What you think about the Soulfly threes? They cool. I was Let me see. I feel like I looked over some shit. Yeah, I like the Soulfly threes is cool. I was gonna grab those to review, but actually I still got a little time. I'm probably not going to. I mean, if I do, it's not gonna be early. But I was gonna grab them early at one point, but it was just um long story. People just want too much. You know what I'm saying? People want too much and I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's early. People gotta do what they gotta do. But I'm just like at this time too, like, and this is why I've been a little like inconsistent the past like couple of months. I've just been brainstorming like different things to do on here, like I was saying in my last live. Because the thing about the reviews is, I would love to do more of them. I'd love to do more videos more frequently. Output more, and with the amount of editing they require, like it's just it's too crazy. So That's why I'm trying to get with this, and I was just brainstorming, bouncing other ideas around that I haven't decided to launch yet or at all. And I forgot where I was going with that. Oh yeah, so I told myself temporarily I was really just gonna do like the major reviews. Like there was a lot of other pairs that I skipped over that I normally wouldn't have, like the soft pink fives, the white and the white and pink shits. I normally would have reviewed those. Rare Air 11s. Trying to think what else I didn't do, but there's just certain things that I just couldn't skip over, like excuse me, Shadow 10s, Black Cat 4s. So let's see. Yeah, into them EQL raffles if y'all want the so far threes. I wish I had done an early review so I could be like, yeah, check out my review. Da, da, da. But if y'all haven't seen them yet, look them up real quick. They cool. They just it's a particular colored shoe. They got that, the FAMU colors. Is that FAMU? The Florida colors, the orange and green that they normally make the Soulflies. So you kind of had to have like a specific fit. Damn near, you gotta have like the apparel type shit, but not really. You could pull off another fit, um, but yeah, nah, they tough. Let me see. So, thank you. Good looking. Yeah, I thought about doing like I've thought about doing real versus fake before. Um, but I mean, just to be like honest, like I've seen real for real. I've seen real. I can't talk right now. I've seen real versus fake videos get a lot of views, and I thought about like going down that route and doing that a little bit. But I just like the way I do the reviews better. But um, that's something to look into. Like yeah, Miami Hurricane. That's what I was thinking. UNC fives. I absolutely need those. Like I'm so thirsty for those. Y'all don't understand. I need the UNC fives yesterday. Like as soon as they make those, I I need somebody that work in the factory to just snag me a pair right out and send them over here because I pay the tariff and everything. Because them shits, those it's really the nostalgia. Like that was one of them shoes that when I didn't have a lot of shoes and I just kind of first got into the shit and I'm looking at sneakers on Flight Club. That was one of them shoes that I admired and I got my hands on. I don't want to like I got my hands on them. Damn, when was that? Eventually, you know what I mean. But that was I just love that. And sure, I'm going off on a tangent. I do that a lot. Um, but yeah, I love the UNC fives. I need those. Like I said, I'm gonna definitely have those early. Like even if they before they even make the box and shit. Like you know what I mean. I might even go that route. Anyone says you look like this. Man, the Cat Williams shit is so crazy because I get a comment on YouTube at least I'd say on average I probably get a comment at least once a week saying like Cat Williams. And it's funny because I've looked the same way my whole life, like as far as like, you know what I mean, like down to my hairstyle. Like my face hasn't changed that much. Obviously it's matured a little bit over the years, but like if you look at younger pictures of me, I've looked pretty much the same my whole life. I never got Cat Williams comparisons growing up. The only time I got Cat Williams comparisons was if I let my hair out, especially like if I let my hair out and I blow dry it, and that's when like when you blow dry my hair, like it just kind of gets like a little like straight. I would get Cat Williams comparisons then, but damn near never wore my hair like that. You know what I mean? Like I usually keep it braided. I actually need my shit done right now. It's looking kind of rough. But yeah, that was really the only time I had ever really gotten comparisons. And believe me, growing up, like I got called any celebrity with braids. You know what I mean? So like that's why it's funny. Like I got called so many different celebrities that I don't even think I look like. And Cat Williams never really came up, like I said, until my hair came out. Now all of a sudden, I start YouTubing, people coming out of nowhere, yo, Cat Williams. And then you get the little corny jokes like, oh, we got Cat Williams reviewing shoes before GTA 6, like, all of that shit. So like, nah, I get Cat Williams all the time. Like, and it's It's cool. but but yeah, that's just funny. Yeah, yeah. UNC 14s OD. That's another one. Same colorway. I definitely the five is definitely a little bit more special to me, but I was actually gonna get because I don't have the 14s. I do got the fives, but they not wearable. um I was actually gonna get a pair of the 14s. Like I was looking for a pair like not too long ago until I heard they was gonna re-release, and I just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get the new shits." Um, Hell yeah, yeah. I got the yeah. Well, I just said that. So I cut mines. I don't even want to. I don't even want to know how you. I don't even want to. I want to ask how you cut them, but I don't even think I want to know that. The DB17s is tough. I don't know if they're not. I gotta see them. I'm actually looking forward to. I really hope I can get those at a good time for a good price to review because that's gonna be a real interesting shoe to review. I love the Dorenbeckers because you know what I'm saying, like they're always interesting with the and I fuck with the whole idea with the kids reviewing them. So yeah, those are cool, but I really need to see them in person. So I can't wait. Can you find them black cats in store where you at? Nah, the black cat one, like it's so crazy because my man's wears size 7, so usually for most releases it's not that hard for him to get. He could get a grade school if it come down to it. He can get a men's 7. Um, and I'm trying to think of what time this was. It wasn't too far after release. It wasn't release time. I don't know. I didn't even ask him if he tried on sneakers or nothing, but he did the little local runaround. And like I said, usually a grade school size for most releases the day of, you could get any grade school size usually within the first couple of hours, guaranteed. Them shits was gone. And I started checking around, and I was looking most places. The only I think most places had like 4 and 4.5, and that was like shit. Mind you, this is Black Friday, so people have been up like early as hell. People was up at 7 in the morning getting shit. And some stores open that early. Like I know by me the mall opened at 7 o'clock, so Foot Locker was open at 7 o'clock. So you know what I mean? But yeah, nah, people clean them black cats up. They are not anywhere. They are gonna restock though. I don't know what day and where we're at. I would recommend y'all follow Soul Links on Twitter or just fuck with Soul Links. There's a couple of other I forgot places that do that give out the news like that. But though that's the spot for restocks. It's a little annoying, but I would if you got Twitter or X, whatever they call it now, yeah, X. Follow Soul Links and put their post notifications on, and they'll notify. You'll get notified about restocks, and there's a bunch of other stuff in there. Just like they'll post things, anything that's at a good price and stuff like that. But if you're looking for a restock on something, it's worth it. So I'll do that. What is my favorite Jordan shoe? Uh, I I'm gonna say probably the infrared sixes. There's a lot of other there's a lot of other honorable mentions like and thank you by the way for the what is this called on here? I don't want to call it the I'm gonna find out what it is, but thank you. Um Infrared sixes that is probably number one. Hair sevens is up there. Chicago tens. The 1995 Chicago tens is it. Um, yeah, one of those three. We could throw Brett 11s up there. But yeah, then joints run from 6 a.m. is tough, and it's crazy too because if y'all don't know, Foot Locker does like raffles for the for releases. So the way it works is, you enter the raffle ahead of time. They pick the winners the day before release, and then if you win, they'll notify you the day before release, and then you go to the store the day of and pick them up. And I went to Foot Locker to go pick up my pair, and the person they had unreserved pairs, which to me is bonkers because I know there was a high stock, but it's the Black Cat 4s. Like people was actually it's not that bonkers because we just know how shit has been going nowadays with with classics sitting, OG colorways sitting. So it ain't a big surprise, but this is just a shoe that I knew was gonna go. So to see unreserved pairs is kind of crazy. However, I thought about it, and because you had to like confirm the reservation or whatever the day before is Thanksgiving, and the shit was at like 5 o'clock, 5 p.m., 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So they sending out notifications about sneakers when a lot of people is either eating or preparing to eat, preparing the food, or complaining that they food not ready. So I think it was a bad time for a lot of people, and a lot of and there was pairs left over. But I was there early. I was there. Damn, I want to say like 7, 8 o'clock. Nah, they opened at 7. I think I was there around 8. So by 8 o'clock, they already didn't have. Actually, they had most men's sizes. So I don't know how long it took to sell out, but I'm sure if they because the person just told me I ain't asked if they had no other sizes. I just came to get my pair for my men's, and then the guy was like, "Yo, we got other men's sizes," and I'm like, "Oh shit!" So if they telling everybody that, I know they ain't last long, but yeah, in short, them shits did not sit. Um, let's see. Let me see who in here. Participants. I gotta figure this live shit out, man. Why tell me whatever? We in here. Um, next thing I want to talk about. Damn, I don't forgot. See, that's my problem. I be chatting. I go on a tangent. I forgot I had a. Well, it don't matter. We just here. I just want to, like I said, I'm just trying to get used to this shit. Eventually we're gonna have it more structured, and I'll do, maybe different topics, different days. Because this once a week shit, this is just to get started. Like I'm eventually be going live multiple days a week. This is gonna be a very regular thing. I'm gonna be going live way more than I'm gonna be uploading videos. That's the goal. We're going, at least that's the near future goal. Well, I can't get this shit perfect. We gotta get it nice. There we go. To be honest with you, I don't know what I would say yes because I live like close to New York, and there's just what I mean. I live in a pretty high density area, so what city you in? Like I said, I'm close to the city, so there's a lot of stuff around here. So we got a couple. We got. I would say compared to most places, yeah. To answer your question, I was gonna say I don't know because what I mean, but no, I do have a good amount of stores around me. So yeah, it's also though there's a lot of even though there's a lot of other stores, but then there's also a lot of like competition, obviously, because there's a lot of people. Because I know sometimes even though we got mad stores around here, there's some shoes that will sell out, and I'll get on the internet and people will be talking about shoes sitting, and I'm like, these shits ain't nowhere around here. You know what I mean? Like even the Black Cats, I think people was lying because the way the shit sold out online, the way the prices on Go, I don't believe they sat nowhere. But I seen people posting shit about like Black Cats sitting, and I'm like, where? Like, you know what I mean? But it'd be a little shit like that. But yeah, um, it has its pros and cons. I say more pros than cons though. Does anybody live in an area where they just feel like there's not enough spots, like enough retail spots? Yeah, hell yeah, they flew. They flew on the apps too, cause I tried on sneakers, and it's funny because normally, like, I mean, I can't say I always hit on sneakers because I really don't. Um, but this is a shoe just based on the stock. I just knew I was gonna hit. I didn't get none, and I tried multiple. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I know I said in the review, I didn't want them. I'm just gonna get one pair, and I don't know if y'all have heard me say before. I'm not even on no reselling shit like this. I've been trying to get away from that just because like it ain't worth the money. You know what I'm saying? So I really, what I mean, I do what I do. 9 times out of 10 when I'm reselling, well, I can't even say 9 times. Yeah, probably 9 times. A lot of the times when I'm reselling, it stems from me doing early reviews. A lot of times I get a shoe, get them early, review them, and then if I don't want them, I got to get rid of them. So you know what I mean. That's a lot of my reselling right there. But even though I tried to step away from it and, like I said, really just focus on content, this Black Cat 4, I did try to grab as many pairs as I could because first of all, I had to take care of couple of my homies. Look, a couple of them wanted them. Um, my actually like my two of my real closest homeboys, they sold their 2020 pairs, and it's crazy because we all went to the release together, 2020 release together to get them. And they the reason I got my pair. This is crazy, but I was actually thinking about passing on the 2020 pair back then. And my man's was like, "You gonna pass on them?" Like, "You better get them shit." So I actually ended up getting them because of him. Um, and I'm really glad I did. But then he ended up selling his pair when they started going for fucking crazy money. So when they came back around this time, I grabbed a couple pairs for the homies and anything else that I got because I entered couple of raffles. Tried some first come first serve online. Whatever I got, I'm gonna hold. And if you got the Black Cat 4s and you plan on reselling them, my recommendation is holding them. I know that's a risky recommendation because holding sneakers in 2025 is not it. But like I said in my review, them shits, I think they're gonna do some kind of repeat of the other joints because they're not gonna do like I hate to sound like I'm repeating myself because I don't want to say exactly what I said in the review, but them shits is gonna go. So if you got a pair, cherish them. You know what I mean? If you are gonna sell them, maybe wait until they gain some value because don't do what just look at what the last pair did if you didn't witness it in real time and just take notes in that. Y'all don't got a Foot Locker there? So what the, so what the fuck is the like what's the main spots that drop sneakers? Like if you need like if I'm there and I say, yo, I'm trying to get, I don't know, the Gamma 11s, what spots is getting the Gamma 11s? Like who where they release the Jordans at? Yeah, they're definitely gonna like I said, it's gonna be like a quiet because restocks usually be quiet, but they're gonna restock. I don't know what sizes. I have a feeling the restocks are mostly gonna be grade school size, but they're gonna restock some men's too. Um, that's a tough one. Shadow tens or the Black Cat 4s. Um, dang, I might have to go with the shadows to be honest. Matter of fact, got the shadows over here too. Oh fuck. Yo, why does the lighting look so bad? Whatever. Yeah, the lighting ain't doing neither of these justice right now. I damn near want to put them down, but it really depends. I think I'm gonna, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with shadows. Especially if we talking about the 2025 pair. Um, I mean, Black Cat 4s is definitely essentials, but I think I like the shadow. If we're not including the whole, Black Cat 4s go with everything, just overall like preference. I think I like the shadows. That's crazy, cuz they need to open some shit down there, some more. Nah, I didn't actually. I didn't get none of the regionals. My cousin hit me and said he was trying to get one of them, but he hit me on like later type shit, so I ain't even get to touch those for him. They like they interested, and I wish I could have. This is the only thing about me not reviewing every single release now. Like I wish I would have reviewed those too, because those are like interesting. Like they're not my cup of tea. Actually, none of them. Um, but but um, I would have had a that would have been an interesting review. The threes, you got to go on the EQL raffle for Soulfly. I think I think it opens Tuesday. I think somebody said that earlier in the chat. Somebody said open Tuesday. I'll double check on that. But yeah, EQL raffle. Soulfly should have posted on Instagram or but yeah, that's how you gotta. There may be some other spots doing but yeah, that's how you gotta. There may be some other spots doing raffles through EQL. Actually, no. You know what? I'm bugging. It's for that. It's probably just gonna be um yeah, the buy sell trade stores. Those is they just not they're just not holding up just because of the way sneakers is going now. And it's crazy because something about me just loves the culture. I mean, it's kind of worn out its welcome at this point, but like especially like a good like 6, 7, definitely like around like 7, 8 years ago. The just the vibe of a lot of them stores was cool. I mean, also I was reselling a lot more back then, so um like I was putting them to use. You know what I mean? Going there and selling pairs and stuff like that. But they're just so I do like something about the vibe of those stores. It's always nice. Like whenever I see one, even though I'm 99% sure when I walk in when I'm not buying nothing. It's so I always like to look at them. They're just cool to have, but just the way the sneaker market is going, like they're just not holding up, and it's just so interesting to see them like just drop the way they have. But I can't say I like to see it. I do like that the market is at a point where it's just not that expensive to get all the shoes we want anymore. But it's unfortunate for the store owners. But yeah, that shit got bad over there. It's because too many people just try to get into reselling. Like, you know what I mean? What else y'all been saying? See, I gotta keep looking at the chat because my problem is I'll get on a topic and I will just start chatting and I'll just sit here. But I gotta cut it short and look at the shit because I'll be on here for 2 hours just talking. I I ain't. Hold on, let me see. Oh, that shit hurt. Sold them for 150. It is what it is. I still laugh because I said in my review like, yeah, these ain't really gonna resell for nothing crazy because I really didn't think they was going to. They didn't have the hype. You know what I mean? The hype on Black Cat 4 is like started in like 2021, 22. You know what I mean? Like that shit is recently born. It was not a historically hype shoe. Jump out of town for the shits is crazy. Yeah, 10 a.m. Yeah, Space Jams probably should be because trying to think. Yeah, because Space Jams haven't come since 2016. Yeah, it's almost got to be Space Jams. That means Space Jam owners, especially if your pair is good, get your wares out of them now. That's the way this should go. Which rares the fours? I got like personally. I mean, I grabbed both of them to review, but the rare. Oh, you talking about the 11s? Well, I'm gonna just mention all. It's like I started the rare Air threes. I just sold after I did the review. The rare Air fours was I had to get those. Um, and then the 11s, I didn't end up getting them. I did think about it for a quick second, but I knew that that was a shoe that I was gonna get and maybe wear one time, maybe like maybe early if I was going get them early or I knew that eventually I was gonna look at them and be like, yeah, I don't really like these because I deep down I really feel like I didn't like them that much, so um, I didn't even do it. Let's see. What you mean the Space Jam, the 2009 like retro them like the 2009 Space Jams? Or you talking about the when do you think they're gonna drop the Bread 13? Bread 13's got to be soon. I was thinking about that not too long ago because like they done did the playoffs. Um, and it's been when the last time Bread 13? Yeah, it's been 2017. I think was the last retro. Like you know what I mean, and that's a pretty important shoe. You know, I know 13s aren't the most popular, but um, as far as 13s go, that's probably the most important one, or you know, definitely one of. So yeah, I don't see. The crazy thing is we done got Flints twice since before getting breads, which is like, what the fuck are we doing? Well, we haven't gotten them twice, but we're about to get Flints next year. So if they don't, if they just giving us Flints next year and not breads, it's kind of crazy because I won my Flints I think one time. My 2020 pair I won one time. Or did I wear them twice? I barely wore them. And I might have dead worn one time. And they're already coming out again. That shit is crazy. And last shot 14s, I feel like they got to do some extra shit with those. Like, possibly the bread 13s too, but like last shot 14s, they might have to do some shit like wait for the what would that be? 30th and damn, 30th anniversary is crazy. They might have to wait for the 30th anniversary of those. And not have to, but like they might. Or they might just fuck around and drop. The way they've been dropping everything, like shit, they might fuck around and drop in 27, but 28 would be the 30th anniversary of that. So they might do some cool shit and you know drop them. Then that's just a guess. But yeah, 2009s was cool. What I like about the 2009 was the blue the I like the lower patent leather cut. The higher patent leather cut was cool when they first introduced it on the 2016 Space Jams, but personally, I realized after a while like I prefer the lower cut. It's and part of me thought it was just because like it low. Nah, I like it better. I was about to do a whole lot of explaining for no reason. I like the lower cut better. Um, the higher cut, you know, makes them gives them that OG look. But to be honest with y'all, I like the lower cut 11s better than the OGs. If we're being real, like, um, all respect to all the OGs, but like I personally like 2001 Bread 11s better than OGs. I like 2000 Concords better than the OGs. Actually, I don't know about the Concords. The Breads definitely. Um, the Concords, I don't know. I might like the OG Concords is crazy because they had the blue tint before the blue tint. Like before the blue tint was just like a thing on translucent soles. Like I there's probably like not that many pairs anymore, but like you find a pair of OG Concords, like they're one of the only like shoes from that era that have like a icy blue sole. Um, I mean not like the Columbias, but yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you don't, look it up. um, yeah, I would love Bread 13s because um, I got the 2013 pair actually, and the I feel like that's the crazy shit. That's probably why they they took so long. They released them in 2013 and 2017. Like that's probably why we haven't seen them shits in a while. But because but like I don't know how to explain this, but like whenever I wear them, I just need a new pair. Like that. Where these shits at? I'm gonna show y'all. And it's probably not even gonna show like what I want to show on camera. But I need to organize my kicks so bad. They used to be so organized, and now they look organized, like they're the boxes together, but like they're not organized the way they was before. Like my main thing, yeah, you can't really see it on here that well. Why is my? It's just the camera quality. I gotta get a. Yeah, you can't even see it on here, but these is cool though. I'll be wearing these. You know what I mean? but I would love a new pair. I really don't need it, but I would definitely like a new pair. Bread 13s is trying to think. Are they the best 13s? They might be. I can't think of a pair that's better. Let me think. Let me think. Damn, I hmm. What's a pair of 13s that's better than breads? And I ain't going. Well, like yeah, just tell me. Hold on. Hold on. Answer this message. Oh man. Dang. Let's see what y'all said. I did a whole lot of yapping and didn't even look at this shit. Hell, lower cut is just I don't know what it is about them 11s. The higher cut just ain't it. It's cool. Yeah, I didn't really care for gratitudes. I just it was cool to me as a person who I have the DMP 11, so it's cool that they didn't make them exactly like those, but I don't know I mean, you know what? If I disregard all that, and I think I said this in my review, the gratitudes is cool. The only thing I'd say that they could have my biggest gripe with those is the soul. So yeah. Oh wait, so we disagree. I just I misread your comment. He said gratitude's killing the concourse because of the eight souls. Now I don't think so, but that's cool. I mean, nothing wrong with disagreeing. Chicago 13. You think so? I like Chicago teams. I don't think they're better than Breads, but that's another. I would say we need those, but we would get those and they'd be so slept on. So that you know what they need to drop Chicago 13s and limit them shits. There's a lot of pairs they need to drop and do the limited shit they did with the shadows. I hate to say that they need to do that. I hate to say they need to limit a release, but when I see what it does to these shoes, they need to. Yeah, Air that's the same shit I did. That's why I have the 2013 because I just felt like, why do I need to get these again? But then when I looked at them, you know what it is? I didn't even finish saying what I was gonna say. Where the fuck did I put the birds? So even though we can't really see it on camera, like sometimes when I wear these, I just get like a white, like I don't know how to explain it, and I have to clean it off every time. And no matter what I do in the shoes, like I can't say no matter what, but like I don't even be doing too much in the shoes, and I just feel like it gets that like whitish look, and I gotta clean it like every single time. And this is not some easy shit to clean because I mean it is. It's rubber, but it's just like having this little red part right next to it. You gotta be particular. It's a pain in the ass. So sometimes I be thinking like, do I really want to wear those? You know what I mean? But I do because it's the breads. But let me see. I've always loved the bread 13. B, what up? I know you was in here. Yeah, nah, the bread 13s is it. I'm ready for those union ones. Yeah, they getting crazy with the union ones. I don't. I hope they don't overdo it because they they doing a lot. But the top three pairs cool. I'm not really crazy about the black and white shits. Um, and the the royal ones is I ain't that crazy about them, but they alright. Let's see. My favorite shoe, probably infrared sixes. I got some honorable mentions, but probably those. The OG color, the He Got Games. He Got Games is cool. DMP 13. Ooh, that's a cool one. DMP 13s. If I'm not considering the whole OG factor, DMP 13s is nice looking. Playoff 13s is cool. But yeah, I like breads better than all the OGs personally. And 13s got some nice OG, like all the OG 13s is crazy. The high tops, the lows is there's some you know they're not they're not as lit as the high tops, but high top OG 13s tough. Wrapping your shoes and percent content TikTok telling you that it works. What is the I heard about that. What is the why do you suggest putting them in the wrapping them in the cotton towels? Cause I put a lot of my shits in plastic. I got what are they at? Let me show you. Matter of fact, uh, had to get some water too. My mouth was dry as hell. Shit, had the cotton. um, so I get. Damn, I don't even want to open these shits or not. Matter of fact, fuck it. Gotta show you. So I get these shits. I get them off Amazon for the and it get a whole bunch for not that much. And I just put my shits in not all my pairs, but especially pairs that are gonna yellow or that are gonna discolor over time. I usually put them in there, but I have heard about the towels. So why you I want to know why you said it worked because I have heard that before, but I never really like looked into it. Reverse infrareds is nice. They not the infrareds though. You know what I'm saying? They're not my babies, but the reverse infrareds for me personally, then this is the thing. I'm probably gonna pass on them, but like I'm probably gonna pass on them because I know I'm not gonna wear them. If I'm ever thinking about wearing the reverse infrareds, I'm gonna wear the infrareds because like why not? It was my favorites. Um, if I could think maybe if I could think of a reason to need the reverse infrareds, I will grab them. But I as of right now I can't think of them. But I do like them because when I was younger, before I had the infrareds, I used to go on Google and go and Flight Club and different sneaker websites, Soul Collector, and just look at the sneakers that I like. And when I would Google search infrared six, the samples would come up. The salesman sample that I think it might have been from I forgot what year it was, but it was years ago, like close to 20 years ago, 20 some years ago. And those pictures, like I knew they weren't the regular. I actually didn't really know what they were. I knew they weren't like the regular infrareds. I knew they were some type of like variation. I didn't even know. I don't even know if I knew what a sample was back then. I probably didn't. But I just remember seeing those on Google a lot because, like I said, infrareds was I was fiending for them shits back then. So those one of the shoes I used to look up all the time. Infrared sixes, Bred 11s, Hair sevens. Actually I got the hairs pretty soon when the countdown package came out. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. Y'all see what I'm talking about. But yeah, those are nostalgic to me. So I I like those. I just am probably gonna pass on them personally because I ain't gonna have no time. I'm not gonna wear them. You know what I mean? Like with the infrareds. Varsity. You know what's crazy about the varsity red sixes? Like those is fire, but I just couldn't like. I don't want to say I couldn't appreciate them, but like they. So here's the funny shit. Like I'm trying to think. So I'm in what is that? I'm in like high school at the time. So those came out, and I remember it's a little stupid. I don't even want to violate her, but she had me so mad at the time. I had the 2000 infrared sixes. I finally got them, and like I just told you, I used to admire them shits online. I saved the mad money to buy them at Flight Club. I had the 2000 pair, and at that time, The 2000 infrared sixes, what like if you had them, you was. Can I think I could say nigga on here. You was that nigga. If you could, if you had the black infrared sixes, like the Nike Air in the back. At that time, it's so crazy because we'd be debating about Jumpman versus Nike Air. Back then, it was a completely different thing. It wasn't no debate because we didn't have no choice. Like Nike Air was for OG colorways and like older release shoes. Because after like the early 2000s, after I'm trying to think the last shoe to get Nike Air on it, I want to say starting in 2000. Yeah, because I think like once Midnight Sixes and Olympic Sixes came out, they was throwing a Jumpman on the back of everything. So um, right? Yeah. So back then, like this is 2010, to have a shoe that was either 2000 or earlier, it was kind of like it was like a flex. It was like, oh shit, he got the older sixes. You know what I mean? So anyway, I got them shits. It was an accomplishment because it was something I had looked at. It's nothing better than feel. It's a great feeling when you've admired something, you've looked at it. There was a time where you just couldn't get it, and you finally like put in the work to get it, and it's just a great feeling. So I felt like him for real wearing them shits. And so when they released the varsity red sixes, now all of a sudden people have these shoes that look similar to mine. And I knew mine was different. It's, you know what I mean? I knew what it was. But it ain't really pissed me off until one day this girl ran up to me and said, "Oh, I have those." And I'm like, "Bitch, no, the fuck you don't." Like, I was wearing the 2000 infrareds, and she's telling me she got those, talking about the varsity reds, and that shit pissed me the fuck off because I'm like, "No, you don't." And I know she ain't mean no harm by it. She was just trying to start a conversation, She's like, but like me, that shit had me hot because I'm like deep down inside, and I shouldn't have let it come out. I'm like, bitch, I just dropped four something for these, and as a kid that age, I felt like you know what I mean? That's a bag to a young kid. I'm like, bitch, no, you don't got these shits. You know what I mean? But so like going forward, like it would blow my shit seeing those because I'm like, man, niggas think they got what I got. Nah, y'all ain't got what I got. Y'all got the red sixes. But nah, those is cool. Those is cool because that infrared's hard to match. So like that varsity red, it just goes with all the Bulls apparel. Like those is nice. Um, what gallon? Shit, that's a good question. Let me look that up real quick. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. Um, they're 18 by 11, 18 inches by 11. So I don't know. Um, it's probably is that even 2 gallons? Maybe 2 gallons, whatever. But yeah, 18 by 11. Um, oh no, I lied. Hold on, I'm looking at the wrong shit. My bad. Yeah, because 18 by 11 is small. Oh, where's this shit at? I gotta find it. Let me see what y'all said. I'll look for that. Nah, the varsity red is not the OGs. Those is the first time they came out with those 2010. The OGs was the like the bright infrared. Had the 2014 infrared. Yeah, the 2014s, the white shits. I had those, and the I matter of fact I had the black ones too. But yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I would say Black Cat is worth the double up because number one, depending on how much you wear them, even though it's an all black shoe, that's an all black shoe that see if it's a all black leather shoe or all black rubber shoe, it's not gonna get dirty easily. But an all black suede shoe, ain't no telling when you gonna have, especially if you wear them alive. And that's a perfect everyday shoe. You walk through, somewhere where there's like some dry dirt on the ground, that like dusty dry dirt, and maybe it's a little windy, your shits is gonna look crazy. They're gonna start getting that ashy look, and if you keep up with them with a suede brush, you could be all right. But I've seen people's pairs just get to that point, and you know what I mean. if you do double up, that's a perfect time to sell that little ashy pair and then have a backup. So I would recommend it because by the time that happens, they're gonna be expensive. So you don't want to just get one pair, fuck them up after a while, and then want another pair, and then they're 500-600 or more. So I would recommend a double up, especially if you really like them. Watch reviews on TikTok about different black cats. Details matter. Facts. Well, I love y'all. Yeah, I gotta get more active on TikTok. I'm planning. I don't even want to say this if I'm not gonna do it. Actually, no. I'm gonna just wait. I got. Wait, hold on. Let me see what else. But nah. In short, what I was gonna say was I gotta get more active on TikTok. My main thing is here. This is my priority. But just it's so easy to get views on TikTok. Like I gotta hit that. I gotta what I mean. Gotta capitalize on that. Yeah, that's crazy because growing like not growing like when I first got into sneakers, sevens was my favorite model, and I think that has that turned to sixes over time. So it's like interesting that you spoke both of those. Got my first pair of sixes. Yeah, the Mama Year sixes came out of nowhere, and I think they I ain't even tried for them, so I don't know how difficult they were to get. But just like I feel like because first of all, my bad, my back is hurting. I've been sitting in this little spot. Usually by now I'm done with my review, so I get up, my shit hurt. I've had lower back problems since I was like in fucking elementary school, so don't mind me. But what was I talking about? The Mama Year sixes was like a sneaker release. Like they just came out of nowhere. Like yeah, we dropping these. So I think that was cool because a Mama Year lost their sauce like so crazy. Like I remember when the first pair of threes dropped and it was like a band, you know what I mean? And they were so sought after, and then they did the ones next, and ones were hot at the time, so that helped it. But like them ones, in my opinion, is whack, and people was going crazy over them just because I feel like in my Monier just they had the motion, and I don't know if I think they just overdid the shit. So they just had too many releases. I mean, one when they released the first pair of fours, and I think those did pretty good because that was just like the peak of, Jordan fours. That was like the peak of the Jordan four hype. But when they dropped that second pair of fours, and those was just kind of like at retail, I just knew I'm like, yeah, y'all are really done. And I actually no, I take that back. I knew they was done when they dropped them 12s. Them shits is fire, especially the black pair is fire, but like they're like okay fire. The white pair is crazy. When they drop them shits and they like sat on, I forgot where they did they sit everywhere. They might have, I don't remember, but they didn't do well reselling wise. And like that was at a time where what I mean, some fire shit like that is reselling, and they didn't. So when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, I know they're done for. And I was kind of just waiting for Jordan to just stop doing the collabs or really like really pump the brakes on them. They talking about dropping the fours, dropping the sixes. So I don't know if they limited those sixes, but if they did, that was necessary because the Mama Year really the drops is cool. I just think they overdid them. Like there's just too many of them. But like the neutral colors, earthy colorways that they got, people like that. So I think they cool. So that's a good pickup. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, I honestly I feel like infrared in general is kind of pink. You know what I mean? Like I think if I had to yeah, I mean the only thing about it is it is hard to match. So that is like because red, I like red, and I got a lot of red, stuff to wear. So my other red sneakers is real convenient. For infrareds, I feel like I always got to do like a little extra and make sure, I got something that's the right shade just because I like to match that much. So it is kind of a pain in the ass in that regard, but I just think I love them so much that I just I just be kind of dealing with it. I kind of give them the pass. But as long as it's not too pink. If they're pink like if they do it like they did the last release, I'm cool with that. I was satisfied with the last release because my favorite infrareds ever is the 2000 release, and I think the 2019s were pretty, on point with them. Um, so yeah, I'm okay with them being a little pink. They just can't be OD pink. Um, Black Cat threes. Yo, I was thinking about that earlier. Do I like Black Cat threes better than the fours? I don't know. Like I would say like I definitely did a few years back. Like I would, but I don't know because the Black Cat fours have grown on me since I got them. I didn't have 2020 was the first time I ever had them, and like I was saying earlier, I don't know if y'all was in here when I said this, but I almost didn't even cop the 2020 pair. Um, but once I did and I got them, they did grow on me over time. But yes, I don't know. That's a good take. Matter of fact, what y'all think is better? Nah, I'm not even gonna ask that because that's a tough question because I feel like nah, matter of fact, fuck it. We're gonna ask it. What's better, Black Cat threes or Black Cat fours? Do not ever double up. That is hoarding mentality. That is a good take. I'm not gonna lie because in a lot of cases, because myself sometimes like, oh, I gotta double up. There's a lot of shoes that a lot of times I say I'm gonna double up and I don't end up doubling up because I usually end up thinking about this like before I actually end up doing it. Because it's real convenient for us to say like when you see some fire, you're like, oh no, I gotta double up. It's very easy for us to say that until it's time for the pay. It's time to pay for the sneaker twice. Even if you get the shit for retail, when they ring you up and that shit is 440 or 430, you're like, oh shit, do I really need to drop this on these right now? Like I could, you know what I mean? Especially when it's like if it's a shoe like Black Cats that you know is that you know is gonna sell out, that you know is gonna go up, yeah, maybe. But like I'll give you a good example because I did this and this was a rare occasion for me, but this is one of my favorites and I did Fire Red Fives. Like I got mad pairs of Fire Red Fives. You know what I mean? I was planning on doubling up, but I got a couple of pairs just in case I got some defective pairs and I didn't want to get stuck with a defective pair. So I got a couple pairs to make sure I got at least one good pair. At least two good pairs. But like I was buying them shits. I spent over $1,000 on release day on them shits. And I'm like, I'm kind of bugging because I really, you know what I mean? Like I knew I was gonna, resell or return, some of them, but still, it was just like, um, it was a lot, especially when they ended up. I mean, luckily, I was able to return them because they ended up crashing as far as price wise. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Um, but yeah, for a shoe like that, it is low key hoarding because I'm probably not gonna wear those enough to fuck them up. But the reason I felt like I had to is because I like Fire at Five so much that I need a fresh pair on deck. So if I have a pair and I do fuck them up, I want to be in a position where I have no problem just getting rid of them and have my other pair. Because actually, I had my early pair, and I'm trying to think. I was at a it's like a water park, but they had like an amusement type shit with the fuck we did zip lining, miniature golf. It was like one of them places. So I'm about to get on the zip line and the trail there, first of all, is mad high. So I gotta walk up. I gotta do mad walking. But the trail there was dirty as hell. So I got ordered and it was one of them, it was like one of them, it was like dry dirt. So it's not like there's just mud on the ground or some shit like that, because that ain't nothing. I know how to walk through, I know how to walk through dirt and not fuck up my kicks. But it was that shit where it's dusty. So like people around you walking is creating that dust, and that shit is just killing my shits. And I really shouldn't have worn them there, but I was, you know what I mean? They hadn't released yet. They was going to release soon. I was trying to get another wear out of them before they came out. And you know what I mean? The zip line shit had they had a camera on it, so you know what I mean? I wanted to get fly for the pictures. Um, you know what I mean? So anyway, them just got a little. I mean, they're fine, but they just got a little dirty than I would like them. I like them to. So it's just like little. It's just like for little shit like that. But yeah, in a lot of situations, I doubled up, and I realized later like I don't need two of the shoe, and I end up selling the second pair. But if you do it with a pair that's gonna, not crash, resale wise, it ain't no problem. But you got to be good at recognizing like, okay, I really don't need this. So yeah, it low key is a hoarder mentality, but it could save you in a lot of situations because there's been plenty of situations where I've doubled up on a shoe, and I was wearing it because I wear my shoes, and I'm good at taking care of them, but shit happens. Sometimes it don't even be you, and there's been situations where something happens and maybe the shoe just has a little flaw on it that I don't really want to have on my shoe when I rock them, and you're in a situation where you can sell them, and hopefully if it's a shoe that maybe you can sell them for more than what you paid for them initially, and then you have your backup pair without having to go buy another pair and deal with one of these apps or a reseller or anything. You good. Let's see what y'all said. 'Cause- yeah, that's, I don't know. I feel like knowing Jordan Brand, I wouldn't be surprised because they just be doing shit sometimes. But I feel like they should wait if they're gonna drop if they drop, well, they are gonna drop the infrared samples in February. I feel like it's only right for them to wait to do varsity reds. But like I said, they just be doing shit sometimes. So who knows? Because oh my, yo, why are we allegedly getting bread ones again? Why are we allegedly getting bread ones again next month? I That shit is so bonkers to me. Like, why? Why? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got so many questions. Did they feel bad that they, did too much the first time with limiting them and the high retail? I don't know, but like, I'm still waiting because I haven't really seen like they saying they coming out, but like where they at? It's November 30th. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't none of my early plugs. I haven't heard none of my early plugs talking about them or nothing. So I don't know, but let's see what else we got in here. Yes, Black Cats will restock. They will. I don't know where, but I would look out for them this week. It's not something that I'm sure y'all notice, but like when they restock, it's not like a big announcement like, yo, they're restocking here. Like, this should be low key. So you gotta really be on the lookout. Like I said, you gotta I would follow Soul Links on Twitter, turn the post notifications on, and just be on the lookout because that's a good way to go about it. Black Cat threes. My man said he liked the 13s over the fours. That's a hot take. Let's see. A huge part of Italian double way too much. Yeah, it'd be like that, Eru. Like I, I I'm the same. But like I said before, like sometimes I just be I'll go through my shit and I just be like, yeah, I didn't need two of these. You know what I mean? Like I doubled up on defining moment sixes, and I know I didn't need to. One of these days, it's funny. I knew I didn't need to in the time that I did. I just had so many pairs of those um that I just said, fuck it, let me have a because I had them early, and I remember I was wearing my pair, and I said, let me just keep a pair, an extra pair to keep on ice. But I knew that I didn't have a because I had them early, and I remember I was wearing my pair, and I said, let me just keep a pair, an extra pair to keep on ice. But I knew that I didn't that this was a shoe I didn't need to double up on, and I was just like, you know what, they're gonna go up. I'll sell them then. Them shits did not go up really. You know what I mean? At that time, I didn't know that though. Like I figured they would go up at least a little. So I was kind of waiting for that. But yeah, eventually one of these days, I'm gonna go through some shit. I'm gonna go through my shits eventually and get rid of some pairs. So I'm probably gonna do that then. But yeah, like that's a pair that I really didn't need to double up on, but I did. Um, metallic, metallic silver sixes, the chrome high top shits. Those two, like that's another pair, and those got a good little. Last time I checked, those got a good little market on them. So I definitely need to push one of those. But yeah, you got any kicks on that? Yes, I do. I got some SBs. Yeah, I got some SBs here. I got some Bapes. What else? Got some Iversons, like the Reebok questions. Um, KDs, Kobe's, Phone Posits. Oh, fuck, I almost forgot Phone Posits. Air Maxes, 95s, 97s. What else? I got, and that's like for the most. That's it for the most part. I want to say. I got some Polo Georges, but it's just one pair. I got the PlayStation shits. I couldn't resist those. Um, oh, Kyrie's. How the fuck I forgot Kyrie? I got Kyrie's. I think that's pretty much it. But most of my shits is Jordans, but I got a little diversity. Um, yeah, I've done a few reviews on non Jordans. Like I did the Powerpuff Girls SBs when they came out. I had a feeling that was gonna get a lot of views. So um, yeah, here and there I will do it. I'm not against it. It's just I know so much more about Jordans. It's usually a little easier for me to talk more about them, but and that's just why I've stayed in that lane. But nah, I haven't. I'm not. I definitely would. You know, review non Jordans. Uh, I haven't worn the 2025 Shadow Tens. Um, I have the 2008 ones. I've worn like two or three times. Um, but yeah, I'm not. I'm probably because I'm gonna keep those. I'm not even gonna keep the 2025s. I may, and here goes me hoarding again. Actually, no, I'm not because I don't even have. I just realized I don't even have a 9.5. So yeah, that ship sailed. I gave my man Ski wanted the shadows, and me and him is the same size, and I think I wanted 9.5. So he didn't even pick him up yet though. That's crazy. Ski, I don't know if you in here. I don't think he in, but yo, Ski, come get your shadows. um, apparently it was never confirmed. Shit, what was I talking about when you said that? This is why I gotta look at the chat more. Can't be forgetting shit. Gotta stop yapping. Um, I would think, to be honest with you, it's really tough to like. I wouldn't be able to give you a time at all for sure, but I would say, and I don't know, I hate to even give you an answer that's vague, but like it's really like the best answer I could say. I would say like this week, like sometime. And here's another thing too: restocks happen at random times. There's some times where I'm up at 4 in the morning and there's a restock, so it could be really like anytime. But I would start looking um starting tomorrow morning. Um let's see what else. What else? I got a double my work shoes, man. I got a double for my work shoes mainly. Facts, wear them shits out. One out outside. Nah, I don't got the Angel Reese's. Oh, the bread's dropping again. Yeah, yeah. I don't know how it could be because like, what the fuck? We just got. I mean, they just put them out in February. Like, if because here's the thing, the only logical reason would be because they because of the shit they did when they released them back in February. But if that was the case, they could have just like restocked on those pairs. Like, if the shoe is gonna look exactly the same, they could have just produced more pairs. But I guess that means the shoe is gonna be a little different. I heard it wasn't. I heard it was the same shoe, but like different laces or some shit. So I don't know. If it wasn't confirmed, maybe it's just not happening, and that would make sense. But we will see. Um, yeah, I was wondering that because usually that would be something that happens this week, and usually they do both. Normally they do like the early access and then they do the shock drop. And was that, yeah, earlier this week I seen a lot of the sneaker accounts, a lot of the sneaker news accounts posting like about a shock drop. So usually when people start posting shit, when you start seeing those posts online, like, oh, would you like a Gamma 11 shock drop? Normally, that's normally you can expect it to be coming soon. And I thought we was gonna see one this week because of that, and we didn't see one. So I don't know. I just going based off history, I don't see why we wouldn't get one. But yeah, I don't know. I want to say we would get one this week, just because of the timing, but I don't know. We getting kind of close to release. Usually they would have done it. I want to say like probably around now, but I don't know. That's a good question. I just like the I was talking about this in my review. I like the 23 on the side that the countdown package pair has. It's just like different, pops out, and it reminds me of Jordan's player exclusive pair that he played in. So being that I have those and they're like in 10 out of 10 condition, I didn't I don't need both. So you know what I mean? Being that I have those and I like those and they're different, they're gonna stand out from the 2025 and 2018 and even the OGs, even though we don't see those like that. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna keep those because of that. I don't want to say they're better because it's that's subjective to your definition of better, but but yeah, I personally like them, because they're different. But there is things about the 2025 pair that I like better than those. But I ain't gonna, if they weren't as limited, if they weren't as tough to get, I would probably just keep a backup pair, like I'm probably like I'm gonna do with the Black Cats, because you never know when that gray suede is just gonna get fucked up. So, but I don't I should be okay, but we'll see. Um, Shit, that's a good question. I need to know, and I need to get signed the fuck up, cause shit. I honestly, I mean, I haven't looked into it. But I think you gotta be big. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm trying to do. But yeah, I don't know if they just bullshitting or because I know Nike does send shoes out to people early. I don't know if they send them out to content creators. I'm sure they are. I don't know how many content creators getting them, um, early. But I know, like, a lot of the rappers and ball players, for sure. The ball players, a lot of them have the contracts with them. But yeah, I don't know. They need to get me on there though. But I really just need to get bigger because I can't say shit like that. Even though I feel like my knowledge might be there, my content might be there. I gotta get my numbers up. You know what I mean? So, but let's see. Can you show us? My most recent shoes. What did I get most recently? Um, my shit's just all over the place right now. What was my last cop for me? I gotta think about that. I guess that would be damn. Was it the Tokyos? Shit. Well, I feel like I've yeah, it might have been the Tokyos. Well, I mean, if it was the Tokyos, if it's anything else, no, definitely wasn't the Tokyos. It was the Supreme SBs, the purple shits, the inks, and I had to get those. They just fire. Supreme. They got the little 94 on the side. Let me just grab them real quick. We're gonna wrap this up soon, but I wanna get back. I wanna respond to everything that everybody said before we get off. Just hold on, let me get these Supremes. I don't know why I feel like I've gotten something else since then, but nah, maybe it was these. That's yo, that's why I love you, cousin. That's another little lane I could do of going live. I'm going live every time I cop something new. Besides some early shit. Um, let me see. So yeah, these are the little Supreme bitches. Crazy because they tried to play it. First of all, let me. I'm gonna try to keep it short because I ain't do no video about these, so I ain't even get to go in on this shit. This shoe should like I should not have been teased as much as I was for this shoe. So yeah, if you keep up with like the sneaker news blogs and shit, you seen these months ago. They talked about Supreme giving these shits. I forgot when it was. It was initially supposed to be like summer or like late spring of this year. So they got the early, they got the early pairs, the early, pictures floating around. I'm thirsty as hell for these shits. I love the purple. And these is regular, but at the same time, I like them a lot. And I was fiending for them. 94 on the side. Anyway, what blew my shit, they pushed them back a whole Supreme season. So they pushed them back to the fall. Fall comes around. I'm like, all right, where these shits at? Because y'all played. Y'all was supposed to give it to us in springtime. Didn't get them. Then come to find out these, because there's like four other colorways. There's these, the blue shits. There's a like a yellowish pair, and then there's a black and white pair. There's a black pair, and then there's a white pair. The black and white pair was like worldwide, but then the other three was regional. So like the US got the blue pair. The blue pair is sexy, but they not sexy as these. These was Europe only, and the yellowish greenish colorway was Asia. So now I don't even got no shot at getting these. It's funny as hell because I tried for the blue shits. I ain't even get the blue shits on the app, but I would at least like I would at least like the chance, or I would have at least liked to, you know what I mean, like been able to get them from like a local back door. You know what I mean? These bitches came out in Europe, so yeah, I had to, you know what I mean. And with the tariffs and shit, like this is just this is not the time to be having to get shoes from fucking Europe. So yeah, so I had to get these, and I had to, pay, a good amount for them. But these are my bitches. Um, yeah, I think this is my. I keep thinking that I've copped something else more recently, and maybe I have, and I'm not thinking of it. But whatever. These are one of my recent pickups. What else do we say? Um, so for suede, I got a where's that shit at? I just got a regular little suede brush. It's like it's just basic. Like, let me show you. Oof. So for suede, I got this shit, and it does not have to be this brand. Really, just look at the way the brush looks. Um, you can get this out of pretty much most sneaker stores. I think Foot Locker. I believe I got this from Foot Locker or Champs, Finish Line, one of them. But you can even get this out of like literally any shoe store. It don't gotta be like a Jordan retailer. Like I've seen this shit in DSW before. You know what I mean? Like it's just a lot of times there's like a foam that comes with it. I used to get the foam, but I fucked up for the love of the game nines with the foam, and never again. That was an expensive fuck up. So I stopped rocking with that. This it doesn't the foam was really clean and shit. But like I said, after it ruined the pair, I don't want to take that risk. This really just gets that ashiness off. If you get any dust or dirt on them, it's great. Depending on how severe it is, you may have to put in more work. If your shits are completely fucked, you're gonna need the foam. But like if it's just like a little like, I mean, these shit. these is brand new, so it ain't really the best example. But like, if the suede get a little messed up, you kind of just do a little. Look at me, I look like I'm doing a commercial for them. Mint, y'all should that should pay me. You know what I mean? You kind of do one of that. You kind of do one of these and buff it out. See, you know what I mean? Still kind of has the be it. I really just use this for suede. Um, this little thing in the middle is actually it's like an eraser, and I would use this for like rubber. So like if you get like a little scuff like right here, or let me use the Supremes. If I got like a little scuff right here in the midsole, I would just take this, rub it against to get the scuff out. And then I also use crepe wipes, um, just for like any, regular like dirt. You pretty anytime you wear a shoe, you're gonna get like a little bit of dirt, around here. Even if you're like really gentle walking, you're gonna get some kind of thing here. So like little stuff like that. You get any dirt on any rubber or leather, I would use this. But yeah, that's pretty much what I clean with. Um, one of my first Yo, that shit was so crazy because um I'm just doing a review and people's in my comments talking crazy, like trying to tell me like, oh, your shit's is supposed to glow in the dark. And I'm like, when the fuck did so many where the fuck all these people come from? And since you know what I mean, like don't I ain't know who they was, so I'm like, but I'm like, where all these experts come from trying to tell me this and that? Like who you know what I mean? Like I knew it was people trolling, but it was just like after a while I was getting so many comments. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And I usually don't let no trolls get to me. I do respond to trolls though. Y'all see that. I'm gonna respond, but it's not gonna get to me. You're not gonna get under my skin. You're not gonna ruin my day. You know what I mean? I always appreciate the comments though, because comments are gonna push your video. The more comments I have on a video, the more it's gonna get shared on people's, explore pages and home pages on here and shit. So yeah, y'all wanna leave trolling comments, I'm gonna respond to up the comment numbers. So like keep it coming. I invite that. But it's not gonna like, you know, bother me or some shit. So I'm sitting here and it was so many comments, but I'm like, yo, this is to the point where like I need to respond, not like in comments. I mean, I was responding in comments, but I'm like, I didn't need to make a video for clarity because I'm like, there's so many comments. I didn't want one of my normal viewers to get in the comments and like number one, think that I had some fakes, or number two, just get the wrong information. So I'm like, yo, let me turn this into a positive, make a video and just shit on everybody because it was getting crazy. Like I knew they was trolling, but I'm like, nah, let me have some fun with this. So I had to come in there, you know what I mean, and do that. But like, yeah, I'm glad, I'm glad I did that. And I'm glad you came across it, and now we here. Um, yeah, shit is hard. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I know, like I remember there was a point in time where I was cleaning shoes with baby wipes. You know what I mean? Like I only started using shit like the crepe wipes and stuff instead because I didn't know what it was gonna do to them long term. Like I forgot when that like had came to my when that had came to mind. But like once I thought about it, I said, you know what? Like I don't know. I don't want to. I felt more comfortable using something like this because I know like this is made to clean shoes. You know what I'm saying? Baby wipes is made to clean somebody's ass. So that's why I was like, you know what? Let me do the right thing. But over time, I know other people who you know do clean with other things, and I don't have any specific examples where I know a person who's owned a shoe and been cleaning them with you know, regularly with like a toothbrush and soap, and they've had them for that long to know the long term effects. But like looking back at it, like I'm pretty sure like, you know, I don't need the specific crepe wipes and or whatever. But then they're inexpensive. Like if you go to a Got Soul event, they'll give you like a whole bunch of these free. There's literally like a table with just like a whole bunch of these shit. So I don't even be paying for them a lot of times. I go to any local Got Soul event. If I'm in another city and there's a Got Soul or a sneaker con, I'm pulling up. So you know what I mean. But I do have to buy them because I clean every time I wear a pair of sneakers. I clean them before I put them back in the box, and you know so I do go through them, but they're really not expensive. Um, yeah, I mostly only mess with Jordans. I mean, I got other shoes. I got some SBs, Bapes, some Nike basketball, KD, Kyrie, Kobe, um, Allen Iverson, Reeboks. You know, the questions and some of the answers. Um, but yeah, mostly. I mean, you could even see behind me. I got some damn shit weird. Shit's mirrored. Got some Bapes right here. Some S. I gotta get better at this. SBs over here. These is actually Paul George PlayStations right here. Iversons right here. Yeah, them comments is crazy. But I ain't gonna lie, like I don't want to blow up that way, but I wish some more of my videos would get like that. I mean, I the thing is I don't put out incorrect content for people to really do that, but I wish I get some more trolls and that wanna, you know what I mean, try to ruin my day and fail at it. You know what I mean? Like I wish they fucking would, cause get me lit. You know what I mean? Like yeah, see, dish soap give me like I don't know, depending on the material. I'm sure a certain material you'd be alright, but it just seemed risky. Yeah, I'm a yeah. Um, so when I first had been collecting long enough to the point where the shoes I had was re-releasing, it it kind of bothered me at first because, like I was saying earlier, like I don't know if you was in here when I was telling the story about how I had the 2000 infrared sixes, and you know I was the shit walking around with them, and then the varsity red sixes came out in 2010, and some girl came up to me like, "Oh, I got the same shoes as you," and it really pissed me off because I'm like, "No, the fuck you don't. Like those is not these." Like, and um, around that time a lot of the pairs that I did own, you know, and some of them I kind of went hard for. I'm a young kid too, so like it took me a while to save up the money, and you know we didn't have Goat and StockX where you could just go on an app and buy them. Like I had to find them online, find a buyer, go meet up with them, and I'm a fucking teenager meeting up with grown ass men. You know what I'm saying? So I got to meet up in a pause. That sounded crazy. You got to meet up in a safe place. You know what I mean? And you know, saying make sure everything's legit. Like it was a hassle, damn near. I mean, I enjoyed it because it was just like the hunt for sneakers was fun to me. But like when I went through all of that for certain shoes, and then I heard they were just gonna re-release them for fucking 190 or no back damn it was even even less back then. That shit had me hot. You know what I mean? But so I didn't like that at first, but then I started embracing having the older versions and I started embracing the differences. So like for example, I'm trying to think of the first shoe that really oh my gosh. One of the first shoes that really like killed me to see re-release was the Chicago 10s. I damn because it was not easy for me to find the original Chicago 10s. I mean, I gave up quite a bit to get those. And I was the only person I knew with those. I mean, that was a major flex at that time. This is like 2009 to have original Chicago 10s. Like I was really him with those. So when they re-released them in 2010, I was like, no fucking way, because I hadn't even had the originals that long. I'd only had them for maybe a year or two. So then when they re-released them again, I'm like, are y'all shitting me? Actually, yeah, it was like a year and a half. It wasn't even 2 years because I remember I think I got them in like '09, just re-released in 2010, and it pissed me off. But then I started embracing the differences. So like, it's crazy as hell because this guy in my class, he was trying to like, I think he knew it bothered me, so he's trying to rub it in my face like, oh, look who got Chicago's now, and I'm like, bitch, that bum ass red jump man you got on the back, like, that, you know what I mean? And I started flaming him for having the checkerboard, you know, sock liner, like so. Anyway, fuck him. But like the thing was like I started embracing the differences in my older pairs. So I tried to, you know, be positive about it because, you know, I had had no other choice. And then now, like now that I'm like I'm talking because this is back in like high school still. Um Now that I'm like years ahead of that and I've seen some shoes released, you know, 4 or 5 times at this point. I think now that I do content I can still appreciate it because it's just more like content for me to do. But I think prior to me, you know, doing YouTube videos, I was getting tired of seeing the same shoe every 5, 6 years because, you know, a lot of times, like you said, my pair would still be good. So my pair is clean, and it's a good feeling after you have a shoe for a couple of years and yours is still clean, and everybody else's pair is getting fucked up, and you don't see them as often. And when you wear them, it's like you have something a little bit less commonly seen on foot, and then you hear they re-release and it's annoying. It's like, damn, bro, I felt like I was one of the, you're not the only person, but you're like, damn, like I would never see other people with these when I wear them. Now I can't wear them without seeing five other people with them. So you know what I'm saying? It was a little frustrating, and I remember like having to, like, once I got a good amount of pairs, like, and I still do this, damn near like rotating my shoes. Like once a shoe would re-release, like I'd kind of like try to wear it less because I don't like looking like everybody else, especially when the shoe doesn't look different from the new one. That would really get me hot. When there's no difference in between the new shit, I'm like, damn, I can't even really flex that I got the different looking shit. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I really didn't like that then. But now that I do content and stuff, like it's much easier for me to absorb, because even if I don't like the idea of like, oh, I'm gonna see them everywhere again, like it's cool. I could wear other shoes and I'm gonna make a video about it. If I don't like it, I could talk about that in the video and put it out there. So I'm just always trying to be positive about shit. Anytime some shit I don't like some shit, I'm gonna try to do what I can to spin it and make it positive. Um 2010 infrareds, nah, I sold those. I actually only got those because they came in the pack. I didn't get the varsity red 2010s. I got the infrared pack because, like I said, I had the 2000 black infrared sixes. So when they came out with the varsity reds, I didn't get those. But then when they came out with the infrared pack, trust me, that shit blew mine for the black infrareds. But it was an opportunity for me to get the white infrared, so I got that package. I did actually keep the black infrareds from the pack, and I used those as like, I wore those when I wanted to wear my 2000 infrareds, but like didn't want to fuck them up. Like there'd be times where I'd be going out to a party and I cherish the 2000 infrareds so much. Like I don't want to wear those at a party where girls gonna be stepping on my feet, dancing and stuff. So that in that case, I could wear the 2000, the 2010 infrareds and not have to worry about them and just go home and hit them with the suede cleaner. But then after a while, I was just like, I don't need these shits, and I sold them. Um, but I have my 2000 still. Those is my favorites. Even though I can't wear them no more, I'm gonna keep them forever. The 2000, like I said, I don't got the 2000, but 2010s. I'll show y'all the 2000s if I fucking know where they at. Let's see. Uh, where they at? Where they at? I hope these shits is in one piece still. Uh, oh yeah, they are. Check my babies out. Oh fuck. This is a shoe that I wish could be immortal. Like that's the only thing about like infrareds being my favorite. Like there's gonna be a day where I open this box and these shits is gonna be like dust, and that's just gonna hurt. Be a day where I open this box and these shits is gonna be like dust, and that's just gonna hurt. Cause it's happened before. I'm afraid I feel like I'm gonna do this shit now. I gotta take them out the bag. I got them in the bag. I gotta be gentle, so that's what's taking me so long. I'm gonna just take out one shoe to start. Honestly, that's all we need. Oh, you know. Mm. Yeah, nah, these shits is getting ready to go, but they still in one piece. Of course, we got the Nike Air. I kind of want to show y'all the sole, but I don't even want to. They good though. Like, there's a little crack right there, but like, obviously I can't wear these. But the fact that these bitches is 25 years old. I got some shoes just as old as this, where the sole is just like done. The fact that I could hold these like this, ain't nothing falling. It's fire. But yeah, I love these shits. And like I said earlier, these is the 2019s is a lot like these, and I like these better than the OGs. So they don't get no better than these for me. Mm. I love. Got these bitches at Flight Club. Let me see if we could get the. Y'all see the Flight Club label? I wish they had a purchase date because it had to be like I don't remember, but you see that 425. That's why I got so mad when that little bitch ran up on me talking about I got those like nah, because to me at whatever age I was, saving up 425 to drop on sneakers that's more than double retails, damn near triple retail at that time. Don't I'm big money right now. Don't talk to me like that. That's really how I felt, you know. Let me damn, let me put these somewhere. Got to put them somewhere right. All right, let me get back to what everybody said. Then I got to get my hair done because my shit is looking. It probably don't look that bad on camera, but it needs work. Hold on. Let me just make sure. Got to make sure I can still get it done. um, let's see what else we got in here. So 13 separated. What are you talking about? The. Yeah, I'm going for the Bugs Bunny eights. I got the 2013 pair, and they're okay. You know what I mean? They're probably like 9 out of 10, maybe 8.5 out of 10 condition, but they're 12 years old, so I need the new shits, and I'm gonna do my comparison review like usual, and then sell my 2013 pair. Um, Prison Mike. Now I got a for most releases I got a good plug for most general shit, but there's some releases like these, like I was saying, where I just gotta bite the bullet, or some limited releases like Nigel Sylvester Fours. I had to I paid the good market for those. I paid the early, before it went up market. But yeah. I'm trying to grab 2009. 2009 what? Gully Freak, if you talking about some sixes, I wouldn't do it from 2009. I don't know if you're talking about the 2010 infrareds, but if you are, don't do it. But it depends on what model you're talking about, because that's only for sixes. Yeah, like that's the funny thing. Like Jordan Brand got the reputation of reselling the same shoes, but like people don't realize, like, number one, that Jordan Brand is the only brand doing that, and number two, it's essential. Like, yeah, it's annoying. I'm gonna complain about it because I'm like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like I was just complaining a couple minutes ago, like, yeah, it sucks because I got these pair, they still clean, and they re-releasing them, but like at a certain point, we need retros. Like, I need the UNC fives to re-release. Absolutely. I can't wear my old shits. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need them. So yeah, I'm 100% with you. Will they crumble? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if I wear the infrareds, they're definitely gonna crumble. So that's why unfortunately, they're just collector's items at this point. I wear my 2019 pair. Wendy with the same. That's another thing that kills me too. Like, people talk about Jordan releasing the same shoes, and then yes, they buy another brand that has the same model just redone over and over and over. Like, I don't. I don't want to hear none of that shit from a person who keep a pair of Air Forces on deck. And there's nothing wrong with keeping a pair of Air Forces on deck, but like I know so many people who are. I got some friends who literally like they a lot of times more than one pair, having two pairs of forces on deck just at all times. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. That's your go-to sneaker. Those are your everydays. That's it. That it is what it is. But don't criticize me for buying black cement threes 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Like bread 11s 3 times. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Um, exactly. Because and like I said, that was you know what I mean. So and I was like I said, I'm 2000. I'm 16. So I'm like you know what I mean. I was getting you know what I mean. I thought I was the shit. So don't don't tell me some shit that just came out. You know what I mean? At that time, that was huge. Now, as an adult looking back, it's like, all right, little kid, like you paid 200 and not even 300 more than somebody would pay retail for shoes. Like, relax. You know what I mean? But at that time, as a teenager, I'm like, nah, bitch, I'm big money. Like, don't talk to me like that. But yeah, now if you're talking about the infrareds, nah, don't do it. That's they just gonna like they might look fine because this pair right here looks. I mean, you seen a little crack, but like these are 25 years old and they're still in one piece. I got like my metallic fives from 2000. Forget it. You know what I mean? Like I have to hold them like this. My fire reds from 2000, gotta hold them like this. My Olympic sixes, same year, same model. Soul is done. You know what I'm saying? Look at watch my Olympic sixes review. I can't wait till I'm like real nice with this shit. There's gotta be a way where I could just like I could put a link in the chat, duh. But yeah, go look at my I'm gonna get off this in a few, so I'm gonna say that for next time. But yeah, go look at my Olympic six review. That midsole is done. But yeah, I'm going off on a tangent again. But yeah, sometimes the shoe will be in one piece, but as soon as you put your foot in it, the mids, it's gonna crumble. So, if you're the type of yeah, if you're planning to wear them, don't get them. Um, yeah, man, people be wild. But yo, I appreciate y'all so much for coming in here. This was great. This was my second live. This was way more lit than the first one, even after the technical difficulties. So I'm sure we would have had even more people in here. If I had, if I was able to start the live with the initial link and everything that I sent out earlier. But we're gonna do this every week. And like I said, I'll post the time. I'm gonna try to schedule it ahead of time again. So the scheduled post will have the time on it. I'm probably gonna do. I don't know. I gotta get consistent with the time. I don't want to have a different time every Sunday. So I'm gonna see if this weekend's time. This today's time was really based. I ain't gonna lie, it was based off the NFL schedule. I seen that it was like 7:30 was a good like in between the games time, so I did that, hoping it would be a convenient time for people, and it looked like it was. So um, I'm probably gonna do that, but don't quote me on it. It's gonna be sometime and that's another thing too. Like I don't want it to be too early for my West Coast people or for my people in different time zones around the world. But so that's why before I did 4 p.m. 4 p.m. was like ideal for me. But then I'm thinking like, okay, 1 p.m. is not too early for people, but with football involved, it probably was. So I don't know if I don't know if that's why we have more people in there this time, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna keep experimenting, trying different things. So once again, I appreciate y'all so much. It was good conversation. I want to do this more. Like I said, I'll see y'all next week, and at a certain point, maybe in the very near, maybe in the near future, sorry, I'll be doing this. 2, hopefully 3 times a week. So we'll see. I'm just trying to get my feet wet, get the hang of it, and at a certain point do this every day. So really trying to get crazy with the content in 2026. So we're gonna get started early. I'm not a New Year's resolution kind of person. I'm trying to get started now. All right. Enough talking. Let's see. Yes, man. Thank y'all so much. because this is not possible without y'all. I need y'all in here talking with me, giving me, you know, things to respond to, things to talk about. So not possible without y'all. So thank you again. I will see y'all next week. Um, I'm gonna try to get a. I don't have my gammas yet, but Gamma's review is coming soon. Gonna compare them to 2013, of course. Bugs Bunny review is coming. My Bugs Bunny will probably be with me. I'm probably this is even though I'm probably gonna have the Bugs Bunnies before I have the Gammas, so I might actually get that video out before. But either way, I will see one of those soon. That's probably gonna be my next uploaded video, and whether that's before or after the next live, I will see y'all soon. Hopefully, it's before.